Chevy Camaro was never meant to exist quietly. It was engineered as a rebuttal, shaped by competition and sharpened by cultural pressure. From its earliest days, the Camaro carried the attitude of a challenger that refused to back down, evolving through decades of change while keeping one promise intact: performance would always come first. On today's episode, A Horsepower Nation. First, the things we need to know. In the mid-60s, the American automotive landscape shifted almost overnight. Ford's Mustang rewrote expectations by blending affordability, performance, and youthful styling into a package that captured the imagination of an entire generation. Chevrolet watched the sales numbers climb and understood the threat immediately. This was not just a successful car, this was a brand new category: pony cars. Chevrolet needed an answer that could meet the Mustang head-on and exceed it where enthusiasts cared most. And the result? The Camaro. Introduced for the 1967 model year after an accelerated and highly focused development program. Not bad for a rush job. Built on the new F-body platform, the Camaro was designed from the outset to be flexible. It could serve as a daily driver, a drag strip weapon, or a road race contender, depending on how it was configured. Now, over the decades, the Camaro would face emissions regulations, fuel crises, market shifts, and even cancellation, yet it consistently found ways to return stronger. The following countdown explores the 10 defining truths that explain how the Camaro earned its reputation and why it continues to matter. Chevrolet needed an answer that could meet the Mustang head-on and exceed it where enthusiasts cared most. Everybody got that? Good. Number 10. The Camaro was designed as a strategic response, not an imitation. Now, although the Camaro is often described as Chevrolet's answer to the Mustang, that framing oversimplifies the intent behind its creation. Chevy did not simply aim to copy Ford's success. Instead, engineers and planners analyzed where the Mustang excelled and where it could be challenged. The Camaro's F-body platform was engineered to allow a wider range of engines, suspension setups, and performance packages, giving Chevrolet room to escalate the rivalry over time. This strategic thinking paid off quickly. Camaro offered buyers more configuration options than its rival, allowing it to appeal to casual drivers and hardcore performance enthusiasts simultaneously. The ability to adapt became a defining characteristic of the Camaro line. Rather than locking itself into a single identity, the Camaro was built as a performance framework, one that could evolve as competition intensified. That foresight laid the groundwork for the Camaro's long-term survival. Number 9. Early Camaro engine options created a performance spectrum. One of the Camaro's greatest early strengths was its vast engine lineup. Buyers could choose anything from a modest inline 6 to thundering V8s that bordered on race-ready off the showroom floor. This range allowed the Camaro to occupy multiple roles within the same body shell. It could be an affordable entry point into sporty driving or a legitimate muscle car capable of dominating local drag strips. The availability of engines like the 327, the 350, and Big Block 396 transformed the Camaro into a modular performance tool. Enthusiasts appreciated that they were not boxed into a single performance level. This flexibility also made the Camaro a favorite among tuners and racers, as the platform readily accepted modifications. The Camaro became less of a finished product and more of a foundation to build on, a trait that helped them embed it deeply into American car culture. Number 8. The Z28 established Camaro's racing credentials. The introduction of the Z28 package elevated the Camaro from street machine to serious competition car. Designed to meet homologation requirements for the SCCA Trans Am series, the Z28 emphasized balance, durability, and high RPM performance over raw displacement. Its 302 cubic inch V8 was engineered to thrive under racing conditions, delivering consistent power at high revs. Beyond the engine, the Z28 featured suspension upgrades, heavier-duty components, deliberate reduction in luxury features. This was not a comfort-oriented trim, it was a statement that Chevrolet intended to compete and win on road courses. The success of the Z28 validated the Camaro as a multidimensional performance car, capable of turning as well as accelerating. That reputation would influence future generations long after the original Trans Am battles ended. Number 7. The 1969 Camaro became the definitive early icon. The '69 Camaro occupies a unique place in automotive history. Refinements to its styling gave it a wider, more aggressive stance that perfectly matched the peak of the muscle car era. Subtle design changes created a sense of motion even at rest, and the proportions struck a balance that enthusiasts continue to admire decades later. That's longevity. Mechanically, the '69 model year benefited from the full maturation of first-generation development. Engine choices were plentiful, performance packages were refined, and consumer demand was pretty high. As a result, the '69 Camaro became one of the most celebrated and replicated muscle cars of all time. Its influence extends beyond originality, shaping resto mods, race builds, and design cues that persist in modern Camaros. Number 6. The second generation prioritized survival during a hostile era. Now, when the second generation Camaro debuted in 1970, the muscle car landscape was already beginning to collapse. Emissions regulations, rising insurance premiums, and fuel concerns forced manufacturers to rethink performance strategies. Chevrolet responded by evolving the Camaro's design toward improved aerodynamics and handling. Though horsepower figures declined throughout the 1970s, the Camaro's continued existence was itself an achievement. Many competitors disappeared entirely, but the Camaro adapted by focusing on drivability and refinement. This period preserved the nameplate through an era that eliminated a lot of its competition. The second generation may not have delivered record-breaking performance, but it ensured that the Camaro lived to fight another day. Number 5. The IROC Z reinvented Camaro performance for the 1980s. The IROC Z marked a turning point for the Camaro in the 1980s. Rather than chasing raw horsepower numbers that regulations made difficult, Chevrolet focused on handling, braking, and balance. Fuel injection, improved suspension tuning, and aerodynamic refinement transformed the Camaro into a more complete performance package. The IROC Z also gained cultural traction, appearing prominently in media and popular entertainment. It introduced a new generation to the Camaro name and proved that performance could be expressed through precision as well as power. This reinvention kept the Camaro relevant during a decade that challenged traditional muscle car values. Number 4. The Camaro became a cultural symbol beyond the automotive world. Now, over time, the Camaro transcended its role as a vehicle and became a symbol. Its appearances in film, television, and racing coverage reinforced its image as an embodiment of American performance. The fifth-generation Camaro's association with blockbuster cinema expanded its audience dramatically, introducing the nameplate to people far outside traditional car culture. Now, this cultural presence strengthened the Camaro's brand identity. It was no longer just a car for enthusiasts, but a recognizable icon. Few vehicles managed to achieve that level of cross-generational recognition, and fewer still sustain it. The Camaro's adaptability allowed it to remain relevant in both garages and popular imagination. Number 3. Cancellation strengthened the Camaro's mythology. Now, when Chevrolet discontinued the Camaro in 2002, it marked the end of an era. Declining sales and shifting market priorities made continuation untenable. Yet the absence of the Camaro created a vacuum that intensified nostalgia and demand. During the hiatus, older Camaros gained renewed appreciation and the nameplate took on mythic status. When Chevrolet revived the Camaro in 2010, it did so with a clear understanding of what the car represented. Retro-inspired styling combined with modern engineering reignited interest and reestablished the Camaro as a serious performance contender. The cancellation, rather than weakening the brand, ultimately sharpened it. Number 2. Modern Camaros achieved world-class performance credibility. Sixth-generation Camaros demonstrated just how far the platform had evolved. Advanced chassis design, lightweight materials, and sophisticated suspension systems transformed the Camaro into a legitimate track weapon. Variants like the SS1LE and ZL1 delivered performance figures that rivaled far more expensive sports cars. This era erased lingering stereotypes about muscle cars being crude or unsophisticated. The Camaro proved it could excel in precision driving environments while still delivering straight-line aggression. It represented a synthesis of heritage and modern engineering that elevated the entire nameplate. Think of a pro boxer wearing a very well-fitting tuxedo. And finally, number 1. Adaptability is the Camaro's defining legacy. The Camaro's true achievement lies in its ability to adapt without losing its identity. From carburetors to fuel injection, from raw muscle to refined performance, the Camaro evolved in response to changing conditions. Each generation reinterpreted the core idea of accessible performance. This adaptability allowed the Camaro to survive where others failed. It responded to regulation, competition, and cultural change with reinvention rather than retreat. The Camaro's legacy is not tied to a single year or engine, but a philosophy of relentless evolution. That philosophy ensures its place in automotive history. To sum it all up, the Chevy Camaro is more than a response to a rival or a product of a single era. It is a survivor on a marathon race, shaped by competition and sustained by adaptability. Through reinvention and resilience, the Camaro earned its reputation as one of America's most enduring and influential performance machines. Well, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the hell out of it and it made you love Camaros all that much more. Now, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share the videos. If you feel like signing up to help support the channel, I'm not going to say no to you, and I'd greatly appreciate it. As always, have yourself a fantastic day. Bye for now.